Hari Om. Welcome you all to this 8th webinar on Vedic suktas, and today we are going to deal with some suktas. 6 of them I have selected, and 1 or 2 will be added, So total sukta number will be more, but 6 days we will be doing on Samajika Suktas. Let us start with Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just last week we celebrated Guru Purnima, which is also Vasapurima. Why Vasapurima? Because Vyasa is the only person, the only seer, the sage, who has worked on the Shruti, Smriti, Purana and everything. The Nyaya Prasthana, the Shruti Prasthana and the Smriti Prasthana, everything Vyasa Maharshi has worked. And it is he, Vedan Vivyasa iti Vyasa iti Uchyate. He analyzed and categorized the Vedas into 4 sections, Rucham Vedaha, Rigveda and all, and therefore he is known as Vyasa. Then in the Nyaya Prasthana, he collected from the Upanishads 555 sutras, Brahma Sutras, or the Shariraka Sutras, or the Vedanta Sutras. So that is Nyaya Prasthana, this is Shruti Prasthana, and then he did Mahabharata. So that is the Smriti Prasthana. And therefore there is nothing which is not touched by Vyasa. Vyasochistam Jagat Sarvam. So with this little introduction, we are going to deal with the Samajika Suktas. And why Samajika Suktas? I have named this. There is no such genre in the Rigveda. I have collected certain hymns and classified them under this heading because I thought these are very, very essential for the social harmony, agreement, living together, coexistence. And we'll start with Saudhyana Sukta. In fact, Rigveda 10.191 is the last sukta of the Rigveda. In the Rigveda, there are 10 mandalas. The first mandala and the 10th mandala each have 191 suktas or hymns. So this is the last one of the Rigveda. Okay? And there are only 4 ruchas, only 4 mantras. The Rishi is Samvananaha and the Devata is Agni. The chandas are different, like Virat Anushtup, then Anushtup, Trishtup, Nichrut, Anushtup. We haven't dealt much with the grammar and the chandas. If you take Anushtup chandas, for example, there are 8 letters in every pada, so there are 32 letters. If there is 1 letter less, it is called Nichrut, Chrita, Chriti Chedane. So 1 less, it becomes Nichrut, and 1 more, it becomes Virat. Okay? So that is the, in short, Virat Anushtup and Nichrut Anushtup. And Trishtup has 11 letters in each pada. So 11 fours are 44 letters in all in a mantra. And this is one of the Samanasya Suktani. Samanasya Sukta. So what is Samanasya? Manas is mind. Sammanas, sam is together. All our minds should come together. Aikamatyam. This is called a common intention, common desires, common wish and will of the people. That is called Samanasya or Saudhyana or Aikamatyam. Uniformity. Vedas, they address everybody as Shrunuvantu Vishve Amritasya Putraha. Oh, you all, the children of immortality, listen to me. So nobody is, like inferior or superior. All are the children of immortality. Shrunuvantu Vishve Amritasya Putraha. And then we talk about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam or Yatra Vishwam Bhavati Ekanidam, as Yajurveda points out. The whole world becomes like a nest, a global nest. The West speaks of global village, our Vedas speak of global nest, because in the nest there is more coziness, there is more love, right? Ekanidam. Now for this, why this concord is necessary? We'll start from the family, we'll go to the community, to the society, to the village, to our city and our province and our nation, and then to the entire world by the ripple effect. Why it is necessary? Basically, Rashtra Nirmana, Rashtra Samrakshana and Rashtra Samvardhana. These are the three main goals for the stability and security of human race, right? And these are the three goals which expect harmonious behavior of the people. If there is no harmony, if there is disagreement and discord, then the people will go astray, they will depart, they will part from each other, and nothing can happen, because it is only community which gives a collective fruit or a collective reward. And therefore humans staying together, they need cooperation on multiple levels. There has to be unity of thoughts first, then unity of word, speech, and unity in action. So unity on all these three levels is what is expected of Samanasya or Aikamatya. A common activity like Yajna brings many people from different walks of life together, and therefore Yajna is one such collective effort towards unifying the society. And because Yajna is a unifying activity, the deity which is mainly praised in Yajna is Agni, and therefore Agni has become the Devata of this Sukta as well. For such collective welfare, people should discard and forget the differences of opinion, come together, think in the same direction, and work together. Sometimes it happens, born of the same mother, from the same womb, two brothers or two sisters are not similar. One may be very clever, the other may be dull, foolish person. One may be successful in his life, the other is total, failure in everything, whatever he does. So there is no uniformity in their personal progress and development. But yet in the joint families, now we have lost the joint families. Everybody is staying in the silos, in micro families, but I have stayed myself in joint family. I grew up in joint family, and therefore I know what are the pros and cons of joint family. So still, if the two brothers or two sisters are not similar in their income wise and all, yet they can stay together. And what binds them together is the cord of love. It is the cord of love. Naihate badhnati iti nabhihi. And love is like the nabhi, the nave of the wheel. And on this we have these four ruchas, very wonderful sukta, and what a glorifying tribute while ending the entire Rigveda with these four ruchas. Okay. Now when we talk about harmony we seek on different levels, on psychological level, physical level, of course there can't be harmony. Everybody can't be of the same height, same weight and same measures and all that, same color, etc. So physically it is impossible, but psychologically, manasika drishtya, then intentional unity could be there, cultural unity could be there, social harmony, philosophical and educational. These at least are achievable from us. So with this short introduction, let us start reading the ruchas. Samsamid yuvase vrishan agne vishvani ariya a Ilaspade samidhyase sa no vasuni abhara. I have told in many of the Vedic webinars, those who have been attending some of my earlier Vedic webinars, they know in the Vedic Sanskrit, the upasarga and the dhatu, the prefix and the verb, need not always come together. Upasarga, the dhatu comes, it is not the case in the Veda. Sometimes the upasarga comes at the end, the verb comes first. Sometimes they are joined together, and sometimes upasarga dhatu comes first and upasarga is somewhere at the end. So all three positions are possible in Vedic Sanskrit. Now here we read Samsamid Yuvase, He Agne. It is addressed to Agni. He Agne. How is this Agni? Vrishan. Vrishan is a vocative singular. Now normally, whenever this word Vrishan or Vrisha, this comes in the Veda multiple times, hundreds and thousands of times it comes, attached to all the Vedas from Agni, Indra, Vishnu, Varuna, etc. And it has two specific meanings. Whenever you read Sayana Bhashya, and I go by Sayana, as you all know, Sayana and Yaska, these are the two pillars on which the Vedic translation and interpretation rests. So Sayana always tries, it derives it from Vrusha, that is to shower. Kamanam varshita ityarthaha. Kamanam varshita. And the Western scholars, MacDonald Prabhrutayaha, and some of the Indologists who ape the Western scholars, they translate this as Vrisha is a bull, so as mighty as a bull. So this is a basic difference. Whenever the word Vrusha or Vrishan comes, these are the two meanings, one of Sayana and the other of the Western scholars. You are free to choose any one of it. So He Vrishan, and there is one more adjective for Agni, Ariya. Vishwani Ariya, A Yuvase. Yuvase is the verb, A is the prefix, A comes at the end. Yuvase, Yu Mishrane Amishrane. Yu means to join, Yu Yauti. Yu Yunoti, there is another verb that means to detach, to separate. So according to the context, you have to interpret the meaning. Okay. A Yuvase, He Agne, Vrishan and Ariya. Ariya is excellent, best. Ariya, the lexical Amarakosha would give you as Swami Vaishyayoho. Even a Vaishya is called Ariya, okay? But Ariya also is Arya, is a Swami, master. So excellent, best, respectable, these are the meanings of Ariya. So, O Agni, who are the most respectable and who is the showerer of gifts on all of us, O Vrishan Ariya, you do Vishwani Samsam it a Yuvase. It avadharanarthe. It is a nipata, but here it means avadharana only. You only can do, you only can bind and join all the riches in the world together and confer these on us. He Vrishan. Tvam Vishwani Samsam. Samsam is a word which occurs only once, and that is here. In the entire Rigveda, more than 10,000 ruchas, this is the only occurrence of the word Samsam, and this is just to bring together all the things, all the elements or objects. Ayuvase. Ilaspade samidhyase. What do? You shine. Samidhyase, you get enkindled. Samidhyase, sam plus indha, that is to enkindle. So you get enkindled in Ilaspade. What is Ilaspade? Ilaspade, the translation, normally this is taken from the Wilson's translation, which is borrowed by Wisdom Library, and Wilson always follows Sayanacharya. And therefore I believe in what Wilson says. So H.H. Wilson, he has got 7 small volumes, published by Nak Publishers, you can refer to that, or you can just refer to Wisdom Library. The translations are available on net, okay, on Google. So you shine in the earth's Vedi, Ilaspade. Ila is Prithvi, Ila is Vani, Saraswati. Ila also means cow, Gauhu. So here, accordingly, according to the context, cow, even Saraswati speech is not applicable, and therefore the meaning which is applicable here, where is the fire is enkindled? It is in the altar, in the fire chiti, in the Vedi, right? And therefore Ilaspade, in the Vedi, in the earth's Vedi, you get enkindled and you shine. What should you do? Saha naha vasuni abhara. That you who gets enkindled in the altar, you bring to us all the wealth, all the riches. Vasuni abhara. You should bring all these vasus. Now vasu is, vasu, there are vasus, ashtavasu you might have heard of, but vasu is basically derived from the root vasa, vasa to stay, vasati anena iti vasu. Vasa plus u pratyaya. So this basically means ratna, some precious gem or jewel. Vasu is, and therefore metaphorically it means riches or wealth, because you can stay, you can subsist only when you have wealth with you. Otherwise survival, living will be difficult, and therefore vasati anena iti vasu. And Samsam we saw, He Vrushan Kamanam Varshitaha. I was telling you about Vrusha, how Sayana translates it. Kamanam Varshitaha He Agni. Ariyaha. Ariyaha he paraphrases as Ishvaraha, the most respectable one, Ishvaraha. Tvam Vishwani Sarvani. Vishwa is Sarva. Vishwa in the Rigveda doesn't mean the Vishwa which we normally talk of, the Jagat, For Jagat we use the word Vishwa normally in other languages, but in the Veda Vishwa is a pronoun and Vishwa means Sarva. So Vishwani Sarvani Bhutajatani Asamantat Samyuvase Yu Mishrayasi. And Deveshu Madhye Tvameva Sarvani Bhutajatani Vaishwanaratmana Vyapnoshi, and all that he explains that. And Ilayaspadam, he quotes Sayana from Aitareya Brahmana as well, and that is Etadva Ilayaspadam Yaduttara Vedi Nabhihi. So that is the Vedi, and therefore we translated Ilaspade as one who is enkindled or one who shines in the Vedi, in the fire altar. Okay. Now the second one, I think most of you might have heard it. Sangachadvam sambadadvam sambo manamsi janatam deva bhagam yatha purve sanjanana upasate. I am reading it as a shloka, not as a Vedic mantra. So Sangachadvam, you all go together. You Shrunvantu Vishve Amritasya Putraha, you all go together. Together your march should be there towards one goal. Sambadadbham, you should speak together the same speech, the similar language. Sambo manamsi janatam, and with equal mind, all your minds are in accordance with each other. Cord, this is the cord which binds everything. Cord, accord, discord, right? So these are the words, cord. So with equal mind, all in accord. Deva bhagam yatha purve sanjanana upasate. Purve devaha, the ancient gods. Sanjananaha, they knew this all together, knowing and doing all together. Who are the devas? The noble people who have passed on their mortal coils. They have attained the separate loka, the different loka, and they become the devas. So Deva, Purve Devaha, ancient gods, knowing and doing together, play their part in life and fulfill their duty. And similarly, as they did that, you also discard the dissent, differences of opinion and work together. He Stotaraha. Who are he is addressing? This Sammanana Rishi is praising the deities of the Vedas. He Stotaraha Sangataha Sambhutaha Bhavata Saha Vadata Parasparam Virodham Parityajya, discarding the dissent. Ekavidhameva Vakyam Bruta iti yavat. You all should speak in one tone towards one goal. Vaha yushmakam manausi samjanatam samanam ekarupameva artham avagachantu. Your mind should also think of the same thing. Yatha. And then he gives an example. Puratanaha devaha sanjananaha aikamatyam praptaha yatha havirbhagam upasate. Now as they don't fight between themselves and they take the havi which you offer to them, each one its own portion, yathasvam svikurvanti, whatever is offered to them. If it is Indraya swaha, Indraya idam namama, then Indra will accept it. If it is Prajapataye swaha, Prajapataye idam namama, Prajapati would accept it. Like that, yathasvam svikurvanti sanjananaha tatha yuyamapi. Like that, you also vaimatyam parityajya dhanam svikuruta iti sheshaha. So there is an icon for you, so you just have to imitate what your earlier noble people did or your predecessors did. Now here I would like to bring to your notice the upasarga sam. Samgachadvam, sambadadvam, sanjanatam. Okay, from sanjanatam we have samudnyana, right? Now sam, normally sam is the prefix in the word Sanskrit as well. Sam plus kru. And how would you translate Sanskrit? You see it in the lexical meaning and you say that something which is refined is Sanskrita. Refined is Sanskrit, right? But sam iti eki karane, yaska in nirukta, and that's why I say, without sayana and without yaska, you cannot venture to interpret and translate the Vedas. So it is not only done well done. It is not only finely done, Sanskritam, that which is done together. And therefore Sanskritam is the language of not only few people, it is the language of all the people together. Sam iti eki karane. So that is the etymological meaning of sam. Sam iti eki karane. So this is the message of concord given to the people, agreement and harmony with common intentions and love. Because only harmonious collectivity is preferred to exclusive individuality. We are not encouraging each one's position and each one's, his own mana and apamana. We never, our Vedic seers, our Sanatana Dharma, never ever encouraged exclusive individuality. They always spoke about harmonious collectivity. This is the example of that, Sangachadvam, Sambadadvam. So this alone can ensure happiness in the long run. If there is a discord, even husband and wife can't stay together if there is a dissent and discord, right? What to talk about the joint families and the sons and the daughters and all. Even the two people who have married saying Nati Charami, they also can't stay together if there is a discord. And therefore this is, only the accord or concord. Con, by the way, is what you can say, a Romanization of the prefix sun, some has become con. Okay. So this is good for a small unit like family, school, and then community, village, city, nation, and the world with a ripple effect, as I was telling you, and slowly it pervades the entire universe. For that, what all should be common? Samano mantraha should be similar, one, uniform. Samitis samani, your samiti, what you speak in samiti, what you achieve, gain in samiti, in assemblies, that should be of similar nature, equal nature. Samanam manaha sahachittamesham, your manas should be same, your chitta should be same. There is a difference between mana and chitta. We'll read Sayana Bhashya next. Samanam mantram abhimantrayevaha, I commit you all to the same sort of mantra, one thought, one mantra. Samanena vo havisha juhomi. And O Agni, with all of us together, with the same common means and methods, we offer you the oblations. Samanena vo havisha juhomi. And Sayana has to write a big paragraph on all that, like when it is said samano mantraha samitis samani, etc., the seer is addressing the people, and the next line is pratyaksha krita purvardha paroksha krita. Esham ekasmin karmani sahapravrittanam ruttvijam stotrinam va mantraha namastutihi shastradhyatmaka gupta bhashanam va samanaha ekavidhaha astu. Now mantra is stuti. For stuti, he has used the word shastradhyatmaka stutihi. Shastra is what? Shastra is weapon, right? What do we know of Shastra? Shastra and Astra, right? So Shastra means a weapon for us. But when it is iti vayaviye shastre viniyogaha, it doesn't mean vayaviya shastra, that is vayaviya weapon, Vayu's weapon. Shamsu stutau. Shamsa is the root. From that we have the word prashamsa, etc. Right? Shamsita, prashamsita. So that is the root. And from that, the tra is what you can say, a device or an instrument of praising. And therefore Shastra becomes a rucha or a sukta. Okay. So Vayaviye Shastre, that means Vayu Sukta or Vayu Mantra. And therefore whenever Shastra, the word Shastra comes in the Veda especially, it does not necessarily mean the weapon. You have to see the context. And therefore Sayana says, Stutihi Shastradhyatmika Gupta Bhashanam va, or mantra also means a secret counsel. And therefore, you have minister who is called mantri. Mantri, mantraha asya asti iti mantrin. In English we have only one word like minister, but in Sanskrit, if you read Arthashastra, we have mantra, mantri and amatya and sachiva and so many other people, right? So mantrin is one who gives you a secret counsel, and therefore Gupta Bhashanam va, and therefore Sayana says it is Gupta Bhashanam va. So Gupta Bhashanam or Stuti of whom? Rutvij. Rutvij are the priest. Rutushu yajante iti rutvijaha. Those who offer oblations at proper time. Rutu. Yogya kaleshu. Rutushu yajante iti rutvijaha. So rutvijam stotrinam va mantraha stutihi shastradhyatmika gupta bhashanam va, it should be samanaha ekavidhaha astu. So samanaha mantraha. Samitihi. Samiti it's a very interesting word, Samiti. Sam is the upasarga and in gatau is the root, in. Sam plus in. So, sam we have just seen, sam is eki karane, together, where people go together with the same intention. And that has two meanings. One is assembly and the other is battlefield. The other is battlefield, right? And you would remember of Arjuna is Samitinjaya, right? Samitinjaya, one who is always victorious in battle. Because in battlefield also people go with the same intention. Maro ya maro, right? Either you kill or you get killed, with the same intention to win or to lose. I mean, everybody goes to win only, nobody goes to lose, but somebody has to lose, right? So, but the same intention. So, sam plus in, samiti. Samiti later on meant, like, what is that? Samiti, this one, something like a marriage council. That is also called Samiti. In the Rigveda, we have the girls going to Samiti. The girls of marriageable age going to Samiti, where marriage is, weddings can happen. So what do you call it, like wedding, what they have? Something like this, wedding, some sabha or something. So where, the marriageable age group people, they come together and they can match themselves with the groom or the bride and they marry them, okay? So, Vadhu Vara Mela, yeah. Thank you. So, Vadhu Vara Mela, something like that. That is also called Samiti, okay? Samiti has different meaning, but here Samiti is assembly, and in assembly if you go for having debates and winning over in the intellectual fights and debates, so Samitihi Praptihi api Samani Ekarupa Astu. Suppose now from Chinmaya International Foundation, I send a team to some competition, they all must have the same goal, right? In the team there are 3-4 people, one speaks in this line and the other speaks in that line. Will it work? There won't be any prapti then, right? And therefore in assembly, when you go, you must have the same intention, same objective, okay? By the way, there is Sabha and Samiti, these are the two words for assembly. And we have a very fine article by A.S. Altekar on that. I think 40-50 years ago, he wrote some article. So, Sabha, ya samantad bhati sa Sabha. That which shines with all intelligent people, with all brainy minds there, Na sa Sabha yatra na santi, what? In the Mahabharata, Draupadi says this, that cannot be called a Sabha where there are no good people. And the good people cannot be called good people if they don't have the same good intention. Like that, there is some verse in the Sabha Parva of Mahabharata. Anyhow, so Sabha and Samiti, these are the two words. Samantad bhasate, all the people who sit there, they shine with their own intellectual power. So Sabha and Samiti, tatha samitihi praptihi api samani ekarupa astu, tatha manaha. Manaha api samanam. Mana is what? Manana sadhanam antahkaranam. And then there is chittam, that is different. So I told you, normally in the Vedanta we have antahkarana chatushtaya, right? Antahkarana chatushtaya. Mana buddhi chitta ahankara. So now here mana and chitta two have come. So mana is manana sadhanam. That is the sadhana, an equipment, an instrument to think over again and again. Manana sadhanam. That also ekavidhamastu. And chittam is vicharajam jnanam. Chitta refers to jnana because chiti, directly consciousness, and chitta is related to intellect or buddhi. Okay. So chittam vicharajam jnanam tatha sahitam parasparasya ekarthena ekibhutam astu. So your mind should be together, your buddhi should be together, and your mantra should be the same, everything should be the same. Ahancha vaha yushmakam samanena ekavidham mantram abhimantraye aikavidhyaya samskaromi. I conspire with you for having, conspire not in a but in a very positive meaning, let me have a meeting with you. What do you feel about this thing? Let me also share my view so that we come on the same, let us be on the same page. We say no in English, we are all on the same page. So for being on the same page, we have to share and then desire for that. Tathavaha yushmakam svabhutena samanena sadharanena havisha charupurodashadina aham juhomi. And hey Agni, this is offering to Agni. Agni is the Devata. So O Agni, I am offering aham juhomi charu purodasha ityagina. So charu and purodasha, these are the offerings offered in the fire. Charu is the cooked rice, cooked in milk, and purodasha is something like a bread, a bhakri or a chapati, made of flour, okay, pishta. So that is purodasha. So both these, the rice and the godhuma or the yava, basically yava it was in the Veda, not godhuma. So vashatkarena havihi prakshepayami ityarthaha. So with the same intention, let me also offer oblations in the fire that you and me should work together. So this is a pratyaksha krita. The first line says, no, uttaraha padaha, uttaraha ardha pratyaksha kritaha, he stotaraha, let me be with you, let me have some common understanding, and with that common understanding, I would offer this oblation to the fire, asking for uniformity and equity in our thoughts, words and deeds. So here kaya juhomi, this is kaya, vacha, manasa and buddhya. By physically what he is doing is, the seer is offering oblations. Kayena or kaya juhomi, vacha mantram abhimantraye. With speech, so same words, right? With the same intention I offer, with the same intention I give you some counsel. Manasa, mind also, samanam manaha, and chittam also samanam. So on all these four levels, physical, mental, then verbal and chitta, intellectual level, let us all be on the same plane. So this is the common action, words and thoughts. So mana, buddhi, chitta, hankara. So these are like, mana is anusandha, sankalpa vikalpatmaka and samshayatmaka also. So if you have a doubt about my intention, or I have entertained a doubt about your intention, then we cannot work together. And therefore our mind should be together. Buddhi is deciding factor. Vyavasayatmika, nishchayatmika buddhi. And therefore whatever final decision, it has to be in the same line. Chitta, cognizing capacity, anusandhanatmaka, atma va chetasa veditavyaha, says the Shruti. And ahankara is the sense of belonging. So antahkarana chatushtaya is somehow represented here, which is abhimanatmaka. And now the fourth rucha here, samaniva akutihi samana hridayanivaha samanamastu vo manaha yatha vassu sahasati. Hey yajamanaha, your akuti, your sankalpa, your adhyavasaya, your determination should be same. Samani ekavidhaha astu. Hridayani samana, your hearts should throb together. They should pulsate together with the same thought. Yushmakam manaha antahkaranam. Now why here, hridayani is used as plural and manaha why in singular? Sayana immediately comments, pratyeka pekshaya ekavachanam. Everyone's mind. So pratyeka apekshaya ekavachanam. Tadapi samanamastu. Your heart should be the similar, your mind, not only one mind, but then it should travel in the same direction. Yathavaha susaha shobhanam sahityam akaragama bhavati tatha samanamastu iti anvayaha. Astehe latlakar madhe bahulam chandasi iti shapaha luk abhavaha. So there is abhava, that's a grammatical note. Akuti, a plus ku shabde. Kuvate is the, that is basically, this is like something like moaning or groaning in pain. That is the meaning of the verb ku. But when it is prefixed with a, it means intend, desire. And therefore akuti means intention or desire. Upasargas normally bring in some modification, changes in the verb. Upasargena dhatvartho baladanyatra niyate, right? And therefore this is, ku means something different, but a plus ku means desire or intention. For example, there is a Veda Vachana, akutihi satyame astu. Let my intention be fruitful, satya, validated. Let it get materialized. So whatever I wish, whatever I intend, let me get it accomplished. Okay. So let your discussions and resolve be equal and common. Your heart, your feelings, your passions should be common. Your thoughts should be equal and common, so that you may realize and enjoy wealth of peace and progress and all around well-being for all in commonality. Because for a healthy and safe and secure society, this is what is needed, to have the same common goal, common intention to achieve the goal, and collective efforts to achieve those goals, right? So universal brotherhood and all, these are all later concepts, but this we find in the Vedic suktas. So these are only 4 suktas, but there is another similar sukta in the Atharvaveda, that is also Samanasya sukta. So I thought I would take it along with this, because we are talking about Aikamatya, Samanasya, Saudnyana, and this is also, and this starts with the smallest unit of the society, that is family. In fact, I should have started from here, right? From the Atharvaveda family unit, and then, but then it is one and the same. So there are some 7-8 ruchas, 7-8 mantras here, but very easy. The Atharvaveda Sukta is very easy. So let me have it quickly. So this is the Atharva seer. He is talking about, it is in the 3rd kanda of the Atharvaveda, 30th Sukta, 7 ruchas, 7 mantras are there. In Atharvaveda, the verses are called mantras. In Rigveda, we call them ruch. Rucham Vedaha Rigvedaha. Okay, so Atharvaveda, I should not call it as rich, it is mantra. Sarhridayam Sambanasyam avidvesham krunomivaha anyo anyam abhiharyata vatsam jahatamivagnya. Very beautiful. Atharvaveda gives nice similes also here, Krunomi vaha, I will create for you. This Atharva seer says, I will create for you what? A community with love, unity of mind, Samanasyam, and Sarhridayam, with the same heart and same mind, and avidvesham, free from hatred and jealousy. There is no dvesha. Free from vidvesha, krunomi vaha. And I want to create such a community, I want to create such a family, anyo anyam abhiharyate, where one loves the other. Anyaha anyam abhiharyate. Abhi plus hariya, to wish to be near. I want you to be near me. The family members, if they eat together, they stay together. Nowadays we say, the family that eats together stays together. Otherwise, everybody shuts in his own room and takes his thali and watching the TV, he or she will eat. The kids and the budhe parents, they will quietly eat without talking a word with each other. That's what is happening now in the silos, in the micro families. But anyo anyam abhiharyate. I want while I am dining. Anyo anyam abhiharyate. And how vatsam jatam iva agnya, as a cow wants her calf near her. Similarly, the parents should wish that their children should be near them. And as the calf also would go lovingly, it is dragged by the cord of love to its mother cow. Similarly, the children should go to their parents with that bond of love. Agnya is a cow because na hanyate iti. She is not killed. And so those, those people who say that, oh, this go hatya and all, this is all a modern fad in Hinduism. No, see, the very word agnya is used for cow. She is not to be killed. So agnya jatam vatsam iva. As a newly delivered, the calf has been delivered newly, that calf, the vatsa, to be near her. Similarly, in the family, the elders should wish the younger ones to be near them. Anuvrataha pituhu putraha matra bhavatu samanaha. How should be the son? Anuvrataha pituhu. Whatever pita is doing, whatever vrata is literally vow, but whatever work he is doing, he should be following his father. Anuvrataha pituhu putraha bhavatu, and matra samanaha bhavatu, and his mind should be with his mother. In action he should be with his father, with mind he should be with his mother. Jaya patye madhumatim vacham vadatu shantivam. What a nice family. The father and mother are loved by the children, and they are their hearts are joined together, and in work haath bata rahe hai ek dusre ka, right? They join hands in their work also, and the wife talks madhumatim vacham, sweet words to her husband. Madhumati vacha. Madhu is nectar, honey. Madhu is honey. So honeyed speech, not just call, oh my honey. That is Western culture. We don't call, oh my honey and oh my darling and all. Without calling that, there should be madhumati vach, and not only madhumati, shantivam vacham, that which gives peace. Sham is shamyati, that is Shanti or Shanti va, peaceful, beneficent vach. So the dialogue between the husband and wife should also be of not hatred and not of doubting each other's character, but peaceful and sweet. So madhumatim vacham and shantivam vacham jaya patye vadatu. Ma bhrata bhrataram dvikshan. Let not one brother hate another brother. If there are two brothers in the family and one is progressing, one is very clever, he is a top ranker, the other one is a dull, he is a failure. But the one who reaches the top, he should not hate the other brother. Ma bhrata bhrataram dvikshan, from dvisha. Let him not hate him. Ma swasaram utaswasa, not a sister, another sister, because not, 5 fingers are not similar. Even you may say as peas in the pod, but even the peas in the pod are not of the same size. Sometimes one is very small, one is very big, right? So, na swasa swasaram, na bhrata bhrataram. Samyanchaha savrata bhutva vacham vadata bhadraya. So let all of them unite in love together in cooperation and let them talk a language which is conducive to the realization of one common goal for all the family. So let the brothers go and work with their father Anuvrataha Pituhu, and let the sisters also be having a common intention in their mind and heart, and let them work collectively to achieve. Is from Dvisha, Apritau, to hate, and Swasa, this is a very interesting word, Swasa, I take help of Nirukta, as you all know. So what Swasa is a sister, Bhagini. You see in the dictionary Swasa is Bhagini, okay? But what is the etymology of Swasa? Su plus Asa. So there is a Sandhi, Su plus A. This is a Iko Yanachi Sandhi, right? The Vakara, because of Ukara, there is Iko Yanachi Sandhi. So Swasa is Su Asa, one who stays well. Su, Shobhanam. Asa, Asti, Iti. That means, जो अपनी मर्यादा में रहती है वो स्वसा है. One who always stays in the boundaries, doesn't transgress the prescribed or assigned boundaries, that is normally a swasa or a bhagini. And the second etymology is also very interesting and so very true, even in this 21st century. Sveshu bhratrushu sidati iti. One who always is attached to her brothers. Sveshu sidati, in her own people. But in her own people, because father and mother, because they are elder, they will pass away. But the brothers will be there to protect her, to share her feelings, to share her thoughts. So Sveshu bhratrushu sidati, one who remains attached to her brothers, no matter how old they become, even in the old age. When brothers and sisters, they come together, it's like a felicitation, right? So, Sveshu, Bhratrushu you have to add. This is Nirukta, okay? One who is always attached to her brothers is Swasa. Very interesting, I like this etymology very much. Otherwise, it is said that Sushtu asyate kshipyate iti swasa. Oh, I don't like this. This is a lexical etymology, a grammatical etymology, which would say Sushtu asyate or kshipyate, asukshepane. From that we have the word astra, right? That which is thrown. So one who is thrown in a nice place, that means one who is married in a nice cooler. But she is not thrown, no? But then, once she is married, hardly does she come back to her parents. In olden days, not like the modern days. Every day she will go to her Maika and do some conspiracy against her in-laws. Not like today. But then, Sushtu asyate kshipyate iti swasa. That is the grammar. That is a grammar. And this is Nirukta. And that's why I say, Nirukta is Vyakaranasya Kartsnyam. This is the totality of Vyakarana. This goes a step ahead of Vyakarana. Okay? So what is the difference between Vyakarana? Again, my favorite topic, Nirukta. So Vyakaranasya Kartsnyamidam Shastram. Okay? So this is Swasa. Then Savrata Samanam Vratam Yasyaha Sa. One who is having a similar goal, similar law, discipline. Vrata is not only vow, it is law also, discipline also, niyama basically. Niyama. Vrata is niyama. So befitting together, savrata bhutva vacham vadata bhadraya. So let them all collectively speak a very cohesive language, a binding language and not a separating one. Yena deva naviyanti yocha vidvishate mithaha tatkrunmo brahmavo gruhe saudnyanam purushebhyaha. Vaha gruhe, in your house, tat brahmakrunmaha, we shall create that atmosphere, that Brahma, that knowledge, that highest knowledge, Brahma, where yena deva naviyanti, where the devas, the predecessors or the noble people, the elderly people, na viyanti na vidvishate mithaha. They don't part from each other, they don't go away from each other, na viyanti and na vidvishate, they don't hate each other. Samudnyanam purushebhyaha, on the contrary, what they peace of mind, a unified knowledge, samudnyanam, unified knowledge amongst the people, purushebhyaha. So let us create that household where all the Purusha, not only Purusha does not here exclude Striyaha, okay? Purusha means all the people in the house. Otherwise somebody would say, what about the women? It is talking only about the Purusha. What about the Striyaha? This is the modern generation. This is not like that. Purusha refers to Purishete iti, right? One who stays in this Pura of Navadvara, having 9 gates, that could be a man or a woman. So Purushaha is generic for people, okay? So all the people in the house should have a common goal. So let us create that sort of unified highest knowledge in your homes where, nobody falls apart, nobody drifts away from each other, and nobody hates each other. All are aligned to each other, okay? Then jayasvantaha chittihino maviyaushta samradhayantaha sadhuraha charantaha anyo anyasmai valguvadantaha etam sadhrichinan vaha samanasaha kranomi. This is also very nice, but the thought has already come. Jayasvantaha, there may be some who are Jayan. Jaya is superior, Shrestha. So one surpasses the other. I was telling, 2 sons born of the same mother. One may be superior, one may be inferior. So this has a reference to that. Jayasvantaha chittihino maviyaushta. But let them not get separated from their brothers. Though they are surpassing, though they have progressed far, still let them have compassion and love for their other siblings. Samradhayantaha sadhuraha charantaha. Sadhuraha, dhuhu is the central point, the pixel around which all the spokes of the wheel, that central point, to that all the spokes are tied, right? They are joined, and how they work in unison so that the wheel rotates. Similarly, though there are different types of people in the family, sadhuraha, let them have one common goal. Sadhuraha charantaha, moving like spokes of the wheel on the center axle, they should share their responsibilities together. Let them work unitedly. Anyo anyasmai valguvadantaha. One should speak with other. Valgu, that is sweet words. Sweet words. Valgu is, in Marathi we have a word Valgana. Those who are Marathi here may remember this. Valgana, that means badha chadha ke baate karna, to talk something which you cannot achieve. This has basically come from Valgu. Valgu is sweet. Valgu is charming. When you talk about your aspirations, you talk in all charming words. You may not be able to achieve it. And that is called badhai. Badhai marane, Valgana karane, like that in Marathi. So, but Valgu, the basic meaning is sweet words. So let one speak sweetly with the other person. Etam sadhrichi nan vaha samanasaha kranomi. Sadhrichi is a friend. Sadhrichi, Sakhi. Why? Saha anchati, gacchati iti. Saha, one who goes always together, is Sadrichi. This is a typical Vedic word. We don't find it in the classical language at all. In the post-Vedic literature, we don't have this. We have Sakhi, but not Sadrichi. So Sadrichi nan vaha, all you friends, So like the friends, they have, one common factor in them. But sometimes the siblings don't have the commonality, but the friends do have. So the siblings should act as friends. Sadrichinan vaha samanasaha krunomi. Let me make you of unified mind. Samanasaha krunomi. One at mind, as one family, one nation. Remember G20 motto? One family, one nation. So one universe, one world. One language? No one language. There are so many languages. We are a multilingual country. Okay. Samani prapa sahavonna bhagaha samane yoktre sahavo yunajmi samyanchognim saparyata aranabhim iva abhitaha. Aranabhim iva abhitaha. Ara, the spokes. Abhitaha. Abhitaha what? Nabhi. Round the nave, the ara, the spokes are arranged and they work in unison. Similarly, Samyanchaha Agnim Sapariyata, O you all, you worship Agni. Sapariya is worship. Sapariya is used even now. Shankara Sapariya, like on Shankara Jayanti we have here Shankara Sapariya, Shankara Pujanam. Okay. So Sapariyata Agnim Samyanchaha, with the same motive, with the same objective. And your prapa should be the same. It is not that for Brahmins this is the water well and for Shudra this is the well. Samani prapa. Let the water bodies be shared by all, because all are children of immortality. Amritasya putraha. Samani prapa sahavaha annabhagaha. Your food should be shared. Common means what? You should share your food. You should share your water. Samane yoktre sahavo yunajmi. I join you to the same yoke of love. Yoktra. Tra again here, is like an instrument. I was referring to tra as an instrument, right? So here also yoktra is an instrument. Instrument of joining. Yoktra, that is the yoke. Yoke of the bullock cart, etc. So samane yoktre sahavo yunajmi. And then the last rucha here, again the word sadrichi comes here. Sadrichinan vaha samanasaha krunomi ekam shnushtin samvadanena sarvan deva iva amritam rakshamanaha sayam prataha saumanaso vostu. What is the ashirvachana benediction at the end is Saumanasaha vaha astu. Let there be similar mindedness amongst you all. Let you all cherish the same intention. Okay? Saumanasya or Saumanasaha vaha astu. Sadrichinan vaha samanasaha krunomi. The same one. I join you all in the common love as friends, And ekashnushtin samvadanena sarvan. Shnushti is like a mushti, a small heap of grains, maybe yava or godhuma or rice or anything. Okay, a small heap of grain is called shnushti. So ekashnushtin samvananena sarvan. Samvanana is sam plus vana, that is to win over, to gain, to acquire. To win or acquire. Samvanana also means, this is like a charm, an amulet. If you want to win over a particular girl, for young boys I'm saying, young boy, he wants to win a particular young girl whom he loves, then he would use some charm. He would wear some talisman, some money, in his wrist, or wear something on his on his bahu or in his neck. So Samvanana also means the lexicon. If you see in the dictionary, Samvanana also means a charm or an amulet, to charm others. But basically Sam plus Vana. Vana, Vanita, the word is from Vana. One who is lovable. So to acquire or to win over. So let one common heap of food that can be shared commonly. Now, so next we'll go to the Bhikshu Sukta. So this is what I intended. That was my akuti. Satyame akuti hi astu. Dinner where we care for the other fellow beings in our society. There may be some who do not have enough as we have. So let us be generous enough, magnanimous enough to share it with other fellows also. So one shnushti also is enough. If everybody offers one shnushti, it will be a heap of rice, a big heap of rice. Is it not? So that is what, thembe thembe tale sache, we say. Small things, you offer, and that become too big to be measured. So I join you all in the common love with the one common heap of food grains, and that can be shared under one command, one samanaska, one command, working together unitedly with all our hearts becoming one, our minds becoming one, and let the deities, devaha, protecting the nectar, amritam rakshamanaha, be happy at heart day and night. So let the gods make you happy, not only during the day when you are offering oblations to them, sayam prataha, whatever. So all through the day and the night and the mornings, let the gods be showering upon you the happiness and joy. Okay, so enjoy the unity together. And this is a very like what Sammanasya Sukta I said, just in line with that Rigvedic Saudhyana Sukta, and therefore I thought of clubbing it with that Saudhyana Sukta. I am reminded of that Hindi song we used to sing, Hum honge kamayab, hum honge kamayab, hum honge kamayab एक दिन, हो मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन, हम चलेंगे साथ साथ लेके हाथों में हाथ, हम चलेंगे साथ साथ एक दिन, हो मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. So I wanted to end with this. This is a very popular song, and we used to sing it in colleges and all. So this is nothing but Sammanasya. This is. So with this I end today's session, and tomorrow we'll have the common intention, and who is the goddess of intention, that is Saraswati. So we will have Saraswati Sukta tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. See you tomorrow again with fresh Sukta. Hari Om till then. Shubharatri and Suprabhatam for some maybe. Hari Om.